Hello friends, this is Aubrey from Crybaby Sentimental Homestead, and today I am in for a treat that I have been waiting many years for. And I was a little bit nervous when I found this on my doorstep, and I thought, what in the world did they deliver? What kind of, is there an animal in this? What is happening? I'm like, it smells kind of sweet, but like, is there a rodent in here? Like, I hope it's not dead. Okay, it's all good. Nothing, don't worry. So, I ordered this. I want to say it was off of eBay, but I think it might have been off of Etsy. I'll post it where I got it from. Not exactly, but like where you can look. So I've been looking for this for a long time because I learned about Paw Paw Fruit and how it grows on the East Coast of the United States, so it's a native plant and all this, right? And I've been growing pawpaw trees now for a while, but you have to wait so long for the fruit. And I'm like, here I am, I got the seeds from Kentucky State University. Unfortunately, I contacted them. They don't give out the seeds anymore. They're the first place I had that had viable seeds. Those seeds grew very well, but they're just like little tiny seedlings, and I thought this would be fun to do again. I thought maybe I'll do it with my student. So I bring the seeds in, let them plant them. So I contacted KSU, and they said they're not doing it anymore, but they actually suggested some different places you could buy the seeds. I actually wanted to get to know for sure the seeds are fresh, but I also wanted to know, what do they taste like? Like, I'm planting this fruit that I'm not sure I'm even gonna like, and I'm planting a lot of it. Like, I've got at least two or three small pawpaw trees in the front yard. I have 2 in the ground in the backyard. I've got 1 in a giant pot and several really small seedlings. So my plan is to have like a little orchard. I have all kinds of things growing around. I've got hazelnuts and so many hazelnuts, apple trees, pear trees. I have some persimmons as well that have not fruited. So I'm really curious about all these different fruits that I haven't tried. I've tried the Japanese persimmons, but I've never tasted the American persimmon. So I'm growing American persimmon. I hope someday I'll be able to try that fruit. And I even thought about going to the Paw Paw Festival, which is not even in my state. I was like, I'm gonna get an airfare, and I'm gonna go out and go to that Paw Paw Festival because I want to know how it tastes. But this is way cheaper. It was like $30 instead of airfare and hotels and all that stuff. So I went ahead and bought them. It was $30 for 1 pound, which is a lot of money for me. But it's kind of an experience that I've been waiting for a really long time. I've been looking forward to it and waiting for those fruits to develop. Now, last year, one of my trees, the one that's in a giant pot in the backyard, I bought it from somebody who I found off of, I think, Facebook Marketplace, or it could have been Craigslist. They basically had one tree that they bought in Oregon. It was doing really well, but they didn't want it anymore. I think I bought it for like $25. It might have been $50. I think it was $50, but it's beautiful. And the flowers on it were just really cool, really dark, almost magenta, almost black. And they don't smell good, but they attract flies as a pollinator. So it's really interesting. And I was nervous about trying these fruit. I wasn't quite sure. I was like, do I have pawpaw in here, or do I have like a rodent? So I was a little nervous last night opening up, and I will be honest and say I did try it last night. And I have good news, which is I didn't get sick. I didn't have an allergic reaction. So I'm actually allergic to peaches, mangoes, kiwi, and a bunch of other things. And I thought, it would be interesting. Pawpaws are related to mangoes. It's the only temperate climate plant in the same family as mangoes. And what they believe happened was mastodons during the Ice Age, the last Ice Age, they came through and they had eaten some kind of ancestor of the pawpaw and the fruit, and they pooped in the East Coast. And that actually is how pawpaw fruits are growing in that area of the world. So that must have been probably, hundreds of thousands or longer years ago, maybe millions. I don't know. Who knows? So anyway, I think that's a pretty cool story. Like the whole mastodons, they actually brought in the pawpaw fruit. The trees are really cool. I think the baby trees are kind of shy. They don't like direct sunlight. They like dappled shade. They really don't like direct sunlight. They burn up and just it's horrible. So usually what would happen is then you'd have the mother tree, she drops her fruit, and all those little seedlings will pop up underneath her. They're shaded out, and by the time they're tall, the mother tree, is dying off or something, or they're growing tall enough that they're growing outside of the shade. So if you're going to grow your own, you can grow them in pots, and then as they're maturing, you can bring them further and further into direct sunlight, up pot them, and then plant them in their permanent spot when they're more mature. So that's kind of what I've done in my front yard orchard, is I've planted the small pawpaw trees I've gotten over time. I've gotten from many different places. Some are named varieties, some are just seedlings, so you don't know what you're going to get. And I don't know what I got in here. I don't know if it's a named variety. I'm going to guess it's a wild variety because they are smaller fruits. There are different named varieties. I think one's actually called mango. Something was called banana. Now they also call them Hoosier's banana or something like that, because the fruit is supposed to taste kind of like mango and a banana. Some say it tastes kind of like a custard. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up now and show you what I got, and then I'm going to do a taste test, and I'm going to show you the seeds and how I save the seeds. So I have done all the mistakes with trying to grow pawpaw, so I can save you a lot of heartache and time, because I planted them and they didn't germinate, and you had to wait a year, and so I kind of know all of the pitfalls. I've learned the hard way, because I'm growing these in the Pacific Northwest. They are native to the East Coast. I can't avoid the sound out here. I just pause it when it gets really loud. So someone's really making a lot of noise over here. But I basically made all the mistakes, and I can give you the warnings of what to avoid, which a lot of times people will tell you how to do something, but they don't tell you. There's this trap that if you grow fruit trees, and you've grown a lot of fruit trees that are native to your region, and then you try growing something that's not native to your region or something that's not typical, then there are sometimes people who are telling you the stories of how to take care of them. They might not warn you about the things that you would experience, because they haven't experienced those problems, because they're growing it the way it normally grows in the same environment, the same climate, and they might not even realize that they're doing some treatments of the seeds, because it's just how they do it, right? So I'm gonna tell you about that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So I've got the table set up. I've got a plate for the fruit, a spoon to scoop it out, damp paper towel because I want to save seeds. I've got the baggie, a Sharpie, a dry paper towel, and I've got my box, which I literally thought might have an animal inside of it. But they did a good job, because if the pawpaw fruit doesn't breathe, it starts to rot really fast. And you have to eat it really fresh. They're not shelf stable at all. So I'm going to take out the bedding, okay? And this is what we have inside. So this is what the fruit looks like. Some of it's really small, and it looks like it's kind of like when a banana turns brown on the outside. The one I ate yesterday, I was like, I'm either going to be allergic to the mango or the mold, because one of them had molded. I did put it in the refrigerator. And the refrigeration can kill tropical seeds. But this is not it's kind of a tropical plant, but it doesn't grow in tropical areas. So these are related to mangoes, but they actually grow in North America on the East Coast. So this is the largest one. And then I've got some smaller ones here. And so I'm going to go ahead and go with the ones that look like the most seriously needing to be tried out first. Let's do this one. Someone needs to tell all the guys driving really loud cars that it's not cool. It's just loud and annoying. Okay. Someone watching my video is going to say, we like loud cars. They're awesome. Okay. So here we go. And it's really easy to take the skin off. It just peels off like this. And I just kind of want to show you what it looks like. So when you first smell it, it kind of smells like it maybe is fruit going bad, and it's probably got a bad spot on here. So it peels off really easy. It reminds me of a mango peel, but the mangoes, you know, that I'm allergic to, I used to eat them all the time in Hawaii, and they were so good, but I developed an allergy. So it peels off a lot easier than mango. Mango, sometimes I would cut it. And mangoes last a long time on the shelf compared to Paw Paw. This definitely has, you can't smell it obviously. No smell TV. But it smells kind of like a little bit pumpkin-y. A little bit like banana. A little bit like mango. It's very squishy. Okay. And this is where I have the dry paper towel. So I tried it last night. I just couldn't wait. I was like, I want to show this on video, but it was really dark outside. We had a night event at the school, so I didn't get home till really late. Okay. I'm going to break it up. I noticed last night when I was trying this that the best flesh is right around the seeds. So, and you don't eat the seeds. It's kind of got like this gelatinous, I know that doesn't sound good, but it has like this little sack around the seeds. So I'm going to pop that in my mouth. So let's try this. It's so good. I'm being very careful not to damage the seed because I want to save the seed. I didn't quite get all the pulp off of it, but it has this little sac membrane around it. And these are the seeds. They're really big. And I know that these are fresh seeds and they are going to be viable for sure, because I'm getting it. You can't get fresher than this because it's out of the fruit. These are for sure going to be viable. I have spent so much money on seeds. This is the way to get your seeds, is to buy the fruit, eat the fruit, take out the seeds, and immediately put it into moist, cold storage. So let's get in here. So really the fruit around the seeds is good, and it's very seedy. The seeds are very big, and the one I had yesterday was really tiny, a really tiny fruit, and it had 8 big seeds inside of it. But the way I think of it is, you know, this is valuable. It's like you have a jewel in the middle of your fruit, right? So you have this giant jewel in the middle of your fruit. This is really good. You could probably like take the fruit out, save the seeds, and then maybe freeze it, I would guess. That would be a way to have it long term if you had a tree that was really productive. Wow. The thing is, I'm so into this because mangoes were my absolute favorite. And then I developed this crazy allergy. I was working at a store and I had to wear latex gloves. And I was drinking this juice that had peaches, mangoes, nectarines, like all this, kiwis all mixed together. And I had this overreaction. I took off my gloves. My hands had sores all over them. My mouth had sores, and like the skin in my mouth started sloughing off. It was horrible. And then like for like months after, my mouth was still healing. And I had to go to an allergist. And every time I'd have peaches, mangoes, nectarines, if I wore latex gloves, anything like that, I'd have that same symptom happen again. So I basically overdid it. Basically, my body was kind of shocked by how much of this, I can't remember what the allergist said, but he said it came from latex, which happens to also be used in a lot of pesticides, and also occurs naturally in these fruits. I'm lucky I'm not allergic to bananas, because they also have a lot of latex. Look at that beautiful seed. Look at that beautiful baby. Little baby tree. I love it. So it's like, sorry, there's my chin. All right, this is so good. I wish I could just reach this through and let you have a taste. I'm so excited. I really want to get into that big one and see what's different, because it's not like all browned up like this, and it's a lot larger. So I'm kind of wondering what that fruit is like. Let me kind of finish up, clean this area up, and I'll show you the big one. So before I open up the big mango, I wanted to show you how many seeds I got out of this little one, and also show you, I'm going to scoop out some of the flesh out of the inside of the skin. The skins are not edible, the seeds are not edible. The only part that is the flesh around the seeds, like the flesh that's inside the fruit and around the seeds. The flesh around the seeds is very, very good. It's not, I can't say it's better than a mango, because I don't think anything is. Mangoes are really amazing. But if you live in North America, you probably can't grow mangoes. I mean, unless you have like a really warm greenhouse or something. Maybe you could grow it like in California. I don't know. The nighttime temperatures can never get, I don't know what it is, like under 50. I don't know. It's pretty warm. Like, you cannot have a mango tree get cold. It will die. I've grown mangoes from the seeds, before. My husband will eat the mango because he loves those still. And I would plant the seeds because the trees are really beautiful, even though I can't eat the fruit. But they basically would always be a house plant. But if you grow Paw Paw, you can basically grow something very similar. So all you people who live in the temperate climates, definitely recommend Paw Paw fruit. Let's take a look. Okay, I know it's not pretty, and these sure do attract fruit flies like no tomorrow. They're like giving off fruit fly hormones right here. And there's like a special relationship between Paw Paws and flies. So that's very natural, because the flies actually pollinate the fruit. So if you look here, there's like this jelly. It's almost like a custard, like almost like baby food consistency. And I want my kids to try it too, so I'm going to let them try from the big one. I think that they'll be more apt to try something new from that one. So all the other fruit I was getting really messy, honestly. You don't have to bite it. It's so soft already. And it's fairly good. Like, it kind of has a little bit of a mango flavor. I wouldn't say it really has a strong mango flavor. There's kind of a little bit of a pumpkin, like tiny pumpkin flavor to it. I'd say it's mostly like a sweet banana. So this is the big one. Let's go ahead and try this one. And I'm gonna save a good chunk of it for my kids. I want them to try it too. Oh, I wanted to show you the seeds. Hold on, let me show you how many I got. From that one small fruit, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 seeds. So I know a lot of people would say that's a really seedy fruit, which might not be ideal. But if you think of it this way, think of how many trees you can grow with all this. You know, I love it. So I'm not mad that it's very seedy, because I want the seeds. Yeah, like I said before, it's like a treasure hunt. So I don't really need to use anything, but I think I'm going to use a spoon to push through the fruit. Okay, sorry. That's different. That's actually quite a bit different. I'm not sure how to describe it though. Let me get a little another taste. I'm still trying to process what that flavor is. I really like it. It has a lot more fruit in there. I think there's gonna be a lot of seeds. I've already gotten 2 out. I'm not quite sure what the flavor is, but I like it. I especially like it cold. I think it tastes a lot better refrigerated. I like the other flavor too. I'm not sure if the difference is because the other one is more like overripe than this one, or it's different because it's a different tree, or that this one is larger. It has a lot more flesh on it. The texture is nice. It's kind of like the texture of flan, or maybe like a custard. It has kind of like a little bit firm. It like kind of disintegrates really fast, but has a little bit firmer flesh. Not nearly as firm as mango. So it is reminiscent of like a custard. So I think it's aptly named. Like I think they nicknamed it custard apple, or I don't know. That might be something else. But this is really good. So I want my daughter to try this. I just gave her a call and said, "Come out here, come taste this. Grab a spoon." So I'm going to try to get some of the pulp for her, so she doesn't have to eat around the seeds. But I think she's going to like it. Let's see if she likes. Let's see her reaction, and we'll try to ask her what she thinks it tastes like. What do you think about that? I think that's beautiful. And those are the seeds from the first fruit. It's actually the second fruit. It's the one we just tried here. And these are the first 2 seeds I got out of this fruit. Hey girl, what's it look like?
Poop. Looks gross.
It looks gross? Okay, don't take the seeds, just kind of scoop out some flesh.
What is this?
It's Paw Paw fruit. What's it smell like?
Like baby food, rotten baby food.
It smells like rotten baby food. Give it a chance.
It's like really, really sweet avocado.
What? Sweet avocado?
Banana avocado.
Oh my gosh. Avocados mixed with bananas? I thought it had kind of a pumpkin, little pumpkin undertone to it. Sweet banana, mango, pumpkin.
Yeah. I can taste
or
it.
avocado.
I don't know.
Sweet
I
avocado.
don't like the texture.
You don't like the texture?
Uh-uh.
If you were starving to death, would you eat it?
Yeah, I
If you were just really hungry, would you eat it?
would. No.
Is that an emergency? Is that an emergency because the food is not good?
Because it tastes like poo-poo.
Oh my god. I must have a sophisticated palate that I like it and you don't.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I wouldn't eat it though. Like every day. No.
No?
No. I prefer an apple.
Do you think mangoes are better or this?
Mangoes.
Oh man, what's your favorite mango drink?
A mango lassi.
Mango lassi?
Yeah.
What was the other one? Mango nada?
A mango nada.
Yeah, what's that?
It's a Mexican drink.
What's in it?
You know, mangoes.
Okay, so you vote no on the Paw Paw.
No grazie.
Okay, send your brother out here.
Okay.
I'm really surprised she didn't like it because I actually do like it. I will say, it's not as good as mango, but it still does taste really good. It does kind of have a weird sweet smell to it. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's fruity avocado, but I do really like it. I'm going to try to get one of my boys to come out here and give it a try and see what they say about it too. So then you can get some more descriptions, because I'm kind of like at a loss of words to figure out how to explain to you the flavor I'm picking up on this. So I think my older son is agreeing to come out and film to taste the mango, the Paw Paw fruit, and see what he thinks of it. Hey kid.
Hi.
Hi. So don't eat the seed. Okay.
Put this right.
Smell it first. Tell me what you think it smells like. I'm trying to describe it, and I'm coming up a little bit short. Think of some adjectives. What does it smell like? Or what kinds of food does it remind you of?
It smells like cantaloupe.
Oh, that's a good description.
Yeah.
Ignore all those loud cars in the background. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna eat this right.
Yep.
Okay.
So it smells like cantaloupe. Can't see your face at all to get your expression. Is this good or bad? Are you gonna run? Or are you just
No,
pondering?
It's good. Kind of like I don't know, like it tastes like a sweeter cantaloupe.
Like cantaloupe?
Yeah, like a sweeter cantaloupe, I guess.
Okay, so I said it tasted like a little bit of pumpkin mixed with mango and banana. Olivia said it tasted like a sweet, rotten apple mixed with avocado. She said she didn't like it. Do you like it? I think it's good.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, you would eat it?
Yeah, I'd eat it.
If you're at a store, would you buy it?
Probably with other fruits.
Yeah, if you were at a farmer's market, would you get it?
Yeah.
You would eat it if you were not hungry, like just for a snack? Or how hungry would you have to be to eat it?
Not like, I mean, I don't know. Probably like, just normal. Just like want to satiate my hunger. I guess, I don't know.
Okay, so you wouldn't have to be starving to death.
Yeah.
Because Olivia said she would not eat it if she was hungry. She'd only eat it if she was starving.
Okay, well, I
Okay.
think it's just a sweeter cantaloupe, I guess.
Sweeter cantaloupe. Okay, thank you for being a test subject.
Right.
I am so proud of my kids being such good sports, tasting the fruit. We're trying to see if I can get my 9-year-old to try it. I'm really happy that my older son thought it was actually pretty good, and I think it's pretty good too. So let's see if the littlest one likes this fruit. I want to talk to you a little bit about food security, and it's on the topic of growing the Paw Paw fruit, but also growing other kinds of perennial food sources. Even if you live in a neighborhood or in an apartment, it doesn't matter where you live. You can grow something. If it means you're growing a couple fruit trees in, large pots on your balcony or your patio, you need to be growing something. And if you can, get out of apartment living and make sure that you have some land that you can actually put your feet on and grow everywhere you possibly can. I've kind of gone crazy. I'm not into the whole, I do think it's beautiful, like the whole Victorian, beautiful landscape with your green grass and your perfect edges. That looks really cool. I do think it's pretty. But when it comes to my style of living, it's functional, very busy, chaotic. And if I'm going to put time into something, it needs to be something that's going to pay off very big dividends. It needs to be lasting. It needs to be an investment. I think the best investments are probably silver, probably some shelf-stable foods. I'm having some issues with shelf-stable foods for my own personal health, but if I'm starving to death, I'm going to be eating rice and pasta. But I'm trying to do like whole foods and less carbs, trying to lose some weight and get more healthy. I basically have the plan. If it came from my garden, if it came from the earth, and it's healthy, not synthetic, not a bunch of added preservatives and all these binders and stuff like that, that it's okay to have. And I'm losing, so I'm happy. Talking about SHTF kind of scenarios, I think it's really important, especially with the economy the way it is. We have a lot of different issues happening overseas, political turmoil, and so forth, being taxed out the kazoo. Like, there's just so much going on all simultaneously that if you're not thinking about prepping, then I'm really surprised. Every time something happens, people usually have some kind of reaction, some kind of like way of trying to get assurance or insurance. And one thing I found is it's very rewarding to plant a garden that comes back every year, even without effort. Some years I teach summer school, or I've taught for a college, or I'll have all these commitments that I do. Sometimes I have the whole summer off. Like this last summer, I had some weeks here and there, but I mostly had the summer. And so I don't always have time to invest in an annual garden. But the perennial garden I planted 15 years ago, 18 years ago, 10 years ago, that stuff is actually performing so much better than my annual garden. And it's something that, like, I don't really expect it, because sometimes you have a good plum year, sometimes you have a good apple year, sometimes you have a good cherry year. You have really good cherries, but sometimes you get a bunch of fruit flies. So I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket. I plant a lot of different things, and you should too. If you haven't started your perennial food forest, please don't wait any longer. Start yours today.